Well, hello everyone. Welcome to 2022. I hope you all have Oh, I did go live Friday. I hope you all have had a happy New Year and come on in and make yourself at home. I did actually cook. I had some Cornish hens, some kale, and then I did some fresh string beans whole where I boiled them, and I won't use the word that I was gonna use when I will correct it today. So I was going to then boiled them, and then I put them in like a strainer and put them in cold water, and then I sauteed them and put some of that red pepper, crushed red pepper stuff on it, squeezed some lemon juice and lime juice in it. So that was then it was actually yesterday. Now, I was supposed to go live yesterday. I did not go live yesterday. As you all can see, I'm all freshened up and everything because I had to make sure that I will, when I get on camera, that at least I have a productive and at least try to be polished look. So let's jump right on in it. Welcome to 2022. We did reflections over 2021 on Fun Day Friday. So I was in December, I was thinking about, what could I come on and do and, start the new year off for a lot of people. And so a lot of people will have something, kick off the New Year's because, on New Year's, it used to be people come up with New Year's resolution. Day one, they have this resolution. Day two, it went in the trash. And it happens repeatedly, every year. So, one of the things that so I was sitting up here, well, I wasn't just sitting up here, but in my quiet time, I was thinking about putting together a series. And some in my quiet time, I usually pray, talk to the Lord, and He speaks back to me. Now, we lead into speaking back to me because I'm in quiet time. The Bible talks about the Lord speaks in a still small voice. A still voice is very, you have to be in quietness to hear. And this segment I'm kicking off, which is a series, really, part one, is about a clear space. And we want to kick off 2022 strong, and just to throw out some strategies up to help you and help me to be more successful this year. Setting a clear space. What does that mean, having a clear space? Meaning a clear thought in your environment. Like for me, I have to actually work on making sure, like, my clothes in my closet, I have them folded a certain way, and I have to continue that process. I have to make sure when I come in, like my kitchen, when I go in and cook stuff, I try to clean up as I go. So those are some things that I'm working on, keeping a clear environment, because the sister of mine, I have some sisters, they have nice places and everything. And when you go visit them, you can actually put food on the floor and eat off of it. And they will still be saying, well, I still gotta do some cleaning. I still gotta do some cleaning. Like, what do you gotta clean? You don't have to clean anything. So what I actually work on, I actually did some things with my place, making sure when I walk in, it's a clean environment, because we was having a conversation a while back, and the conversation consisted of, when you walk in your environment, if it's a dump, you it pretty much downs your spirit. Then you like, I gotta lay up in this dump, this hellhole. And okay, it's the dump that you created. Clean it up. If you want to go somewhere and come back in a clean environment. And those are things, because I'm trying to actually get like some of my some more people I know, to where everything is in its place. So I've actually started, well, I've been started, but I'm actually like making sure that I actually stay on top of myself, which is discipline. Discipline is something else. I mean, making sure you have a clean environment, clean car. Your car should not look like a trash can, because sometimes I will let stuff linger, and then see, this is what we do, because I've did it too. When people go get in our car, they can't just come get in our car. They just can't just come get in our car, because we gotta get up the trash can that's from in the front seat. We gotta get out the clothes from in the back seat. So when we changing, or when some of you going to work, or some of us going to work, then you got to get out the other trash can, and so you got to make room. So they got to stand outside until you make room, until we make room in our cars. Cause see, I would take in. I have receipts all in my. Well, let me move these receipts, and folks get in my car and be like, "Oh, like you need to clean this up." You can't get offended because folks get in your car. I mean, if you know you have a big old car and somebody going to get in there. Well, those are things that we started. Now, why am I starting with clear space? Because you go from clear space, it does something which I will tell you. When you're getting in a clean car, getting coming into a clean house, it does something to you. It's a difference when your place clean, your car clean. It refreshes you. It refreshes me versus trash everywhere, papers everywhere, clothes everywhere, rats coming out saying hello. Then you want to be shamed when guests come in and rats coming out. Hey, roaches coming out. Oh, come on in. They beat you to the door. Then you want to get mad. It's your dump. You clean it up. That is starting with clear environment. Clear environment. Now, I notice I keep saying a refreshing. We maneuver into the mindset. The mindset, you want to get in a quiet place. Many times when I be around some people, they like a lot of noise. I don't like a lot of noise. When I come in, even when I come into my own, see, listen, shh, listen. You don't hear no TV going off. You don't hear no cats or no dogs or no gorillas going all going off and everything. You hear quietness. When you walk in, and people have a bad habit, and I notice I've observed this. When you walk in somebody's house and they don't have nothing on, let's say they turn everything off. Majority of the time, the first thing they do when they coming out, they turn on the TV. Okay, boom, 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 and then they go in the other room. Then they come out. Why so much noise? Strategies for to be successful, you got to have a clear space, especially if you praying to ask the Lord what's your purpose, and you trying to hear what direction He's telling you to go in, and things He wants you to actually execute on. You can't hear nothing at all. Even doves don't like noise. They be sitting in quietness, so you say boo, and they fly off. You want to create an atmosphere of quietness. That way, in your mind, you can be at peace. Look at this. You can be at peace, and you can be at peace in your mind, and then that way you get in a place to where you can hear whoever some of y'all pray to, the Lord still small voice. What is your purpose? What goals do you have in mind? What things should you be taking upon conquering? And with a clear mindset, and I promise you, if you sit in quietness, eliminate all the noise, quietness, get into a quiet spot, just sit there. Just relax and sit there. You'll start hearing your spirit. Well, I don't know what some of y'all spirits are, but you'll start hearing your spirit speak to you about different things. And so it's something to try, because sometimes I'll be around people, and even when I go home, I walk in, when it's just me there, it's total quietness. My mom and my brother come on, they turn on the TV, go in the room, come back out. Now, when they leave back out, I turn off the TV because I like being in quietness. But now there's somebody else's house, so I don't go in doing and saying certain things. But in my quiet space, I try to find as much quiet space as I can, and quietness as well. Even with driving in my car, A good majority, I listen to music every now and then, but most of the time, it's like I get at a place to where I could ride in my car with no music. I was giving somebody a ride one day, and of course, most of the time I don't ride with my music on. So we ride. You ain't gonna turn on no music. Do you hear the music on? How you ride in this car and not be playing no music? Notice you ride in my car. Not I'm riding with you. And so now psychologically, when people like to be around a lot of noise due to counseling perspectives, now I'm not a counselor, but due to counseling, when people like to be around a lot of noise, like a lot of noise to drown out, and all you hear is noise, 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 it's because people, a good bulk of the time, do not like to deal with themselves, and which my next segment, that's why I'll be dealing with personal development. And when you don't like to deal with yourself, you prefer to drown your head out with noise. You prefer to boom your earbuffs, your eardrums out to where you can't hear nothing. You're not gonna be able to hear no Lord, still small voice, still water, still clear wind, or anything else with stuff just booming in your ear. You in the car, and that's why I be wondering, like people with these all this bass in their car and boom, boom, I mean, I can hear you coming from up the mile away. That's why when I'm talking to you, you can't hear, and you think I'm gonna scream at you, and you only 22 years old. The devil is a lie. You might want to go get your ears checked and turn down that music, cause see that messes with your ears as well. So that is it for you know. Well, okay. Well, how do you create a clear mindset? Solution: turn off the noise. But I just can't just sit. I can't just sit here in quietness. I know that's why we you need to deal with yourself. It's some things you don't want to deal with, and they gonna come to fruition when you're in quietness. But you don't want to think about it. I don't want to deal with it. Keep that stuff in the closet. Lock up the key. Throw it in the trunk. Throw that in the closet. So that's what helping with a clear mindset and develop in personal development, which that also engages in learning and understanding who you are. I used to hear people say that all the time, but I'm not going to get in that. That will be part two about knowing who you are. I do want to thank you all so much. I hope you actually enjoyed this first part, which I think is 6 parts. I hope you all enjoyed this first part. I hope it's something that will help you, inspire you, and encourage you to where you can actually walk in victories and successes for 2022, and you will be able to navigate through different dimensions. So, thank you all so much for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, you click that subscribe button, and click those notifications, ding dong, so you know when I actually go live. Um, have a great night. Bye.